Hello chess friends and lovers of chess. Welcome to another puzzle of the day moment on this channel. This is the position we're going to look at in today's video. It is black to play. In this position, you can try to pause the video and try to figure out the best move for black that can give black winning chances. However, if you want to jump into the solution, I'm with you. Let's dive right into it. In this position, see massive, there is a double attack on this pawn and the knight. Double attack such that if knight is saved to the wrong position, then rook can support the king to take this pawn. That is how black will lose the small advantage he has here. So in this position, you must find the accurate move or the best square to place that black knight. If you spot moving the knight to e5, you're absolutely right. This is the move that brings in the winning variation for black. Watch and see. In this position, if king takes that knight, just push f2. The idea is to use a check to invite a queen. Then the king is in a good location to stop these 2 pawns. In this position, white will spot that idea with check and promotion. So he may run to f5 to hide under the pawn. So the check will not happen. What you should do is to play rook to e1. If king moves, in one way, the king has tried to come closer to these 2 pawns. So in case of any rook taking queen, the king can at least promote one of the pawn. Promote your pawn, rook takes, rook takes. This is where brainstorming really starts. How do we stop white from promoting any of those 2 pawns? Let's find out. h5, trying to promote the pawn. King to f8. King to h7. Rook to f5, threatening to pick up this pawn on g5. If h6, rook takes the pawn. If king to h8, play your king to f7. You have to try to prevent stalemate at all costs. This is why, after pawn to h7, we cannot play this move, king to f8, because that's stalemate. We lost the game because we have winning chances. However, just play king to g6. This is smart, right? This case, we have given this white king a room to move. If king moves, then we can play king to h6. Check. This is where the fun begins. If king goes to somewhere like f8, this pawn is gone. I know from here you can finish up this game by playing rook king versus a king. You can win. Just push the king to a corner and make your checkmate. In this position, if king also go to f7, king takes pawn is winning. Let's talk about one last move here, which is moving the king to h8. You see, this is setting up stalemate trap for white. What we need to do is to know that if this rook remains on this g file, then stalemate will happen. So we need to move the rook away from that file entirely, but to a right square. Move the rook to e5, giving room for the king to have access to any of these 2 squares, here or here. Then if king moves to g8, trying to bring in this particular pawn down and make a queen, you can give a check. Rook to e8 check. After king to f7, nearing the rook, you cannot leave the rook and still capture the pawn now. Just move the rook to h8. And this is where it ends for white. White can go ahead to resign from here. So if white just move, you can either capture with the king or capture with the rook. That's winning for black. Well, Let's go back to the variation where we started from in this location, knight to e5. We just looked at one variation which started with king takes the knight on a5. What if the king does not take the knight and king goes to e3 instead? Well, can you spot the double attack with the knight? You should be able to see knight to g4 check. This is okay because after this move, king cannot come here because of the pawn. You get it? King has to go to here or this square. So let's choose one. We just take the rook. We check. If pawn takes, king takes the pawn. White has lost his advantages. So in this endgame, you can win with your rook and the king. So we just finished checking out this solution to this position. Enjoy your endgame and win more games. See you in the next video. Take care.